Hey there. If you've chosen to listen to this podcast, you're probably wondering what is a dumpster wreck show? And right now, I'm going to tell you, but you're probably not going to like it. If you do, that's great. You get to see listen to all sorts of terrible things and wonderful things, but if you don't, totally reasonable. So, Dumpster Wreck Show was what I came up with 2 nights ago when I was thinking about the fact that my therapist was going on vacation and I wouldn't have anybody to talk to. But I have this ability to create podcasts, which is really neat in today's day and age. And not that I think that my therapist isn't doing anything, like, she's definitely giving me feedback and helping. I have this need to kind of talk through my thoughts. Like once it's out of my mouth, then I can hear it. I don't know if that makes sense, but for some reason inside my own brain, just thinking the thoughts isn't enough. So, yeah, the Dumpster Wreck Show is short for Dumpster Fire Train Wreck Shit Show. Um, because this is just it's not the entertainment kind of thing, but at the same time it's so bad that maybe you just can't look away. You know what I mean? Anyway, as the first episode goes, this is more of a meet and greet than it is anything else, because I have to say hello to you. You don't know me, I don't know you, and I might never know you, but you will get to know me probably really well. And that's a little scary for me, but them's the breaks, right? That's what you do. That's what happens when you do a podcast. So anyway, I'm 40 years old. Um, I haven't had a job for 15 years, and I've been a parent for that time. I definitely did the stay-at-home mom thing. I did try to do things. Like, I got really spiritual, okay? Because there was a death in the family that like hit me really hard, and I went really like hardcore into oneness and nowism and all that. And then I got depressed. Not just grieving depression, but like actual depression. And then I got anxious, and like here I am today, kind of an anxious mess, recently on meds. So I'm anxious, but it doesn't bother me as much. I don't know how to explain that, but if you have anxiety and have had medication that moderately works, you understand what I mean. Like it doesn't go the full way, because I think if it does go the full way, you just end up feeling nothing. Or maybe this isn't the right med. I don't know. We'll see. You never know. Anyway, I during that 15 years that I didn't have a traditional job, I did try to do other things. I started like almost a dozen websites. I don't know how many, I haven't counted. I tried to make at least as many home crafts and sell them. I went to like flea markets and stuff. I never did Etsy because I was always leery of it, but mostly because I don't understand shipping and the idea scares the living crap out of me. I also got roped into a couple MLMs. That actually happened before I quit my 9 to 5 traditional job stuff, and might have had a factor in the anxiety that led up to me not being able to work at one anymore. I created a handful of YouTube channels, that most of which never really went anywhere, and actually all of which never went anywhere. Let's be honest, none of them went anywhere. And about a year and a half ago, I found Medium, and have, I think, 5 or 6 different accounts over there. So, I'm a diverse sort of crazy. Back in March, I believe it was March, I found podcasts, and with Eternally Mortal, me and Eternally Mortal do a a podcast called the Hidden Egg Podcast. So that gives you an additional thing if you want to go listen to that. That's a different thing. But this is just me here. This isn't a talking back and forth thing. This is me just talking out into the void with my insanity and strange brand of meanness. So before I go any further, I have no formal diagnoses. I think I'm formally diagnosed with general anxiety disorder at best. But I have undiagnosed ADHD, autism, and or CPTSD, and all three of those have like overlapping symptoms. So it's not really clear which one, or if I have both, or like two of them, or all of them. It's really unclear, and all of this is from like therapists that were not capable of diagnosing me. They didn't have the expertise. So just going forward, when I throw those out there, like I'm talking about symptoms that I have, and I understand that some people get upset when you're undiagnosed and then you act like you've been diagnosed, and they're all like, oh, self-diagnosis, blah. But I identify with those behaviors, with those symptoms, with that label. So I know I don't have the official diagnosis. At this point, I don't know if it's beneficial to or not. I might. I just got into a relationship with a doctor that might actually be capable of diagnosing me with those things, but I figured the anxiety was probably far more important than those three, because I've found ways around like working through those without medication. Because I live in America and we have really shitty health care, so I didn't have the means for a long time. Remember, I'm 40. I've been at this a while, and when you're 40 with ADHD and or autism and or CPTSD, you figure out a way to get through. And it might not be the best way, but it's a way. But I didn't have a way to get through the anxiety. That one didn't start until it didn't seem to start until I was like 25, 26, 27. So little bit less time to figure that one out. So now that you know what this is about and who I am a little bit, I hope this gives you more of an idea of what to expect coming up in the episodes following. I don't know how long these episodes are going to be. They're probably going to vary at length, but I'm going to try to keep them short so that they're little tidbits of information that you can just listen to and then either laugh at or cry about or, think is stupid, whatever the case may be, in bite-sized pieces. So I hope to see you in track 2.